I'm homeless. And right now, I can't get up and go to work.
Life sucks right now, dude. I'm fucking homeless. Like, might as well hit the that's on this foil. And next thing you know, every single dollar that came my way was going towards that. And that consumed my life for about 3 years.
I felt like a failure. I really did. They took that away. I'm not a failure. I just hit a bump in the road.
If you look over here, the stairwell by the elevators, people would go on the top floor up here and camp out. You'd be able to see where they're at. They'd come into the stairwells here, and these areas would be full of people laying on the floors in sleeping bags, on mats, with whatever blankets they could find to cover them up, things like that. It was, varying states of cleanliness. It was just a sad situation. But this is the part of the Skyway system that connects the city with the library, the civic center, all of the other parts of town. And in the wintertime, when they didn't have an overnight shelter, our friends would be existing generally in this area. It was not uncommon to find 40, 50, 60 people sleeping on the floor in this part of the Skyway.
Holly came home and she goes, "I've got to tell you about this great conversation that Christy and I had." And she starts, and I said, "Stop." I said, "You have to hear this first." And I said, "I had this dream last night about this place with these A-frames in the main house and all of this are on the lake looking out on, and it's called The Landing." And she looks at me and she goes, "Because everybody needs a safe place to land."
I came upstairs and I always call him my walking heart. He is by far the better of the two of us.
It's not true, but
and I came up and he was sitting in the recliner with his laptop on his lap and tears streaming down his face. And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I know what we're supposed to do." I said, "Okay, what?" And he turned his laptop around and he had The Landing. He had a logo, he had a mission statement, he was ready to go.
At the core of homelessness is a lack of support systems. It's a lack of human connection. We don't fall into homelessness with support systems more often than not. We don't fall into homelessness with connections to other human beings who can support us. Yes, there's mental health that plays a role. Yes, there's addiction that plays a role. Yes, to some extent there are personal choices that play a role in homelessness, but at the heart of homelessness is a lack of connection to other human beings and support systems that can keep you afloat when you fall down, because we all fall down. There's not a single human who's walked this earth who hasn't made a big error, who hasn't screwed up, who hasn't had to look and own and apologize and hold their hand up and say, "Man, I messed that up. I misjudged that. I made a decision that did not reflect what I really wanted out of life." But in that moment, did you have that person there for you? Did you have that mom or dad to call? Did you have that awesome friend who would take your call, be there, pick you up, support you, get you out of a scary situation? For me, homelessness is a lack of support. We're an agency that finds a way to say yes to things that make sense to help the people we serve. And Dan and Holly set that from day one, and it's probably what attracted me to them as people and as an organization is I'm a problem solver. I'm not going to sit and admire a problem. That comes probably from my Marine training, probably from a number of other things from my youth, but it's something that I've taken and something I instill in the people that get to work for The Landing. We're going to dial in our processes. We're going to find ways to get through this, and we're going to serve the people that come to us and look to us for essential services. So I'm really proud, and it's really easy to get up every day and want to work for The Landing as an organization because we are problem solvers. We do seek ways to make a change. Even as a tiny 6-year-old nonprofit, we're not going to say no to something if we can figure out a way to say yes.
So The Landing is a day center for people experiencing homelessness, which we're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and we have people coming and going all day long. And so we offer 3 meals a day. We have showers, laundry, clothing items, toiletry items, medical area, and social services, and then just an area for people to feel like they belong. So lots of conversations and getting to know our clients, and they feel welcome when they come in.
We get a lot of great things donated that are name brand, and I think sometimes people think, oh, if they see somebody standing with a name brand item on, well, they must have money to buy that. They don't. We get good things donated from people. Under Armour, Nike, North Face. So we get a lot of great donations. Not that it has to be name brand, but sometimes I think that's what people think is like, oh, they're standing out there with a North Face sweatshirt on. I don't even own a North Face sweatshirt. So we get a lot of nice donations. Individually wrapped items are the best versus the bulk containers. Peanuts, cheese and crackers, Rice Krispie treats, bags of chips, bags of cookies, granola bars. The softer ones are better.
So if our patients come here and they don't have medication, we have certain medication that's in here, like over-the-counter medication. Well, here at the Landing MN, we have medical visits that are Monday through Friday and on Saturday, so 6 days a week for our guests. Physical therapy on Wednesdays. On Friday, we have a psychiatry resident that's here. And some of our clients are skeptical about going to like the hospital and the clinics out in the community because of the way that they are treated. We need to speak up. We need to be the voice for this marginalized community because they face so many challenges, so many barriers.
If I don't go to work and laugh, I don't think I did my job, because I think laughing creates a huge, escape from reality for some people. So we will laugh until our bellies hurt, I think, all day long. So
Bug, hello.
Sometimes the community don't see past people's past, so I think it's trying to get to know somebody personally and seeing past their past or why they're like the way they are. Sometimes there's people who have been abused half their life, so they have social anxiety, to even go in a public setting is scary. To take a shower knowing that there's people in the same building you is scary. So I think it's just the little things, learning little things about people instead of judging them over the big things like, oh, you're not working, you're not showering, you didn't change your clothes. I think it's getting to know each person as an individual.
Got a lot of support from all the staff here. Oh, they're angels, believe me. They put up with a lot.
You know what? They have excellent hospitality skills and they have excellent communication skills. They are amazing.
They're in my heart. They're in my soul. They always will be.
Nothing but love for Dan and Holly and everybody at the Landing. It really was truly a safe haven that a lot of people, maximize and benefit from.
This ain't just a homeless shelter. You can get some therapy here. You know what I'm saying? There's some good people. The staff of the Landing are the best people I think I've ever met. They're so loving.
If you guys ever don't think you're making a huge difference, you really are. Hundreds, if not thousands of people can probably credit you guys with helping them get their lives together. And love the Landing. It's a great place.
A lot of these people, they didn't get dealt a great hand, and they came from maybe abandonment issues. It might be different types of traumas in their life, and they don't know what to do with their life. They don't know how to help their mental health, and just being caring about these people. We're all the same people, whether we went through addiction, went through homelessness, or we live a great life and work as a doctor at Mayo or a lawyer or whatever. We all have our own issues, and until you put yourself in somebody else's shoes, I don't think there's much of a reason to judge anybody,
There's two really broken people sitting here. And 13 years ago, when we got married, we weren't people that could have done this.
No, absolutely not.
And now we have guests that walk in, and maybe they've made bad choices. Maybe they've made some mistakes. And we get to look at them and say, yeah, but you know what? We love you, and you're valuable, and you get another chance. doesn't mean you're not accountable, that there might be consequences to your choices. We can't change that. But we're here to walk with you while you go through those things. And then when you're ready to take a different path, when you're ready to make a step in a different direction, we're going to be right here with you.